Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Ian and this is Ellie, and we're currently at Port Mahomack near Tane on the east coast of Scotland. It's a beautiful little fishing village and it's one of my favourite park ups, and we're just having a few nights here. But this video is about my adventure around Europe, and this is going to be the final video in this little series. And in this video we're going to be leaving the Ardèche and heading north and west, and we have a little bit of an encounter which I hope you don't find too alarming, although you might find it a little bit funny. And so anyway, I'll leave you with the video and just sit back, relax and enjoy. Good morning, we're here at Champoly and we stayed here last night. It's a quiet, sleepy little village. It wasn't our first option. We went to a lakeside park up, a riverside park up next to the Loire yesterday afternoon, but there were too many mosquitoes. But I did see a black-capped night heron, which was a first. And then we made our way up here and it's been lovely. It's really quiet, peaceful. There were a few dogs barking early this morning, but I'm the only person here in this car park next to the sort of community centre, and a couple of little ponds down there. We had a walk into the village last night and they've got these like wooden figures in different places, gives the village character. They've a lovely little bar there, very rustic, very rural, but cheap beer, which was nice. And we've got things to do today. We've had a relaxing morning, took Ellie a walk in the woods, but we've got laundry to do and boring stuff like that today. So there's one about 5 or 6 miles away, so we're going to go there and then possibly stay here again tonight because it was nice. We decided not to stay there in Champoly and we moved on. We've done about an hour and a half driving, all on the back roads through the little villages and forests, keeping off the toll roads, and we've ended up here and it's fantastic. These park ups just keep getting better and better. It's more like a campsite. I'll show you around. Everybody's parked up down here. We're right at the side of the river. And we're parked here. Advantage of short vans is you can park sideways and have your sliding side door facing the river. And we're well inside the markers. Got metal markers at both sides, but what a beautiful place. So nice. And all for free. Well, at the side of the air they have this snack bar if you can't be bothered to cook your tea, and also a swimming pool complex, which is nice. So good. Just taking Ellie a walk after tea, and they've got the swimming pool complex right at the side of the air, and we're just walking past this green hut and they've got this sign: beware of snakes. Well, I'm going to see my friends today. They live in the centre of France and we've only got about 30-40 minutes to go to get to their house. And last night we stayed here just below Guéret. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, and it's like a forest park up. I was the only one here last night, and it's a dedicated area, it's a proper area. They have the service facilities here. And driving down here I kept seeing placards and things with pictures of wolves on. Obviously it was in French and I didn't understand what it was saying. And reading on the Park for Night app, people kept mentioning about wolves and this, that and the other, and saying the wolves were crying at night, and I just thought it was a joke. Maybe there's just the odd wild wolf that lives in the woods around here. But as you enter the woods here, there are, I'll just show you this, these pictures of wolves, cutouts should I say. And so last night we had a walk up here, and it seems to be like a wildlife park. It's all fenced off, and as we were walking around the perimeter taking Ellie at the evening walk, we saw some deer and This wild boar was there as well. And then we were just settling down about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, ready to go to sleep. And then I heard this. Oh my God, listen to that. So fortunately it didn't last too long. It was a bit unsettling, a bit disturbing, and I'd never heard anything like that before. But we were fine, we survived. There were no werewolves, just normal ones. But it's really nice here. They've got it's all set up for the kids with the climbing areas as well. And so we're just going to have another walk round. You're not going to believe this. We went on that little walk with Ellie that I just showed you. We got back to the van and we set off and we're driving not far from where we were parked up, maybe half a mile, and out of the woods came a bloody wolf. It just jumped out of the woods in front of the van. I pulled up and it started sniffing round and I couldn't believe it. I thought the wolves were in the compound inside the visiting area, but they're not, they're wild. So I've just seen wild wolves in France and heard wild wolves calling at night. How bonkers is that? Now you might be thinking to yourself, that's not a wolf, that's a Siberian husky. But if it is, why was it roaming about on its own? There was no owner present. Yeah, it had got a collar on. Maybe that was a tracking collar. I don't know. But why did it sniff round the van and the car behind me like it had rarely seen one before? Normal dogs don't do this. Also, huskies howl like wolves, so maybe it was the huskies I could hear howling at night. Who knows, but this is a true representation of how I felt at the time. So I'm here at my friend's house. I've had 2 nights here already and we're going to be spending tonight here as well. And this place they've got is absolutely incredible. It's huge. They've got the main house just here. That's the kitchen in there. Got a big barn there with a huge motorhome inside. They've got barns down this way. Another barn in there. And then this one is enough room for 3 vehicles inside. And they've got about 2 acres of land. I'll show you around the back soon. They've got a swimming pool. And I'm not going to say what it cost, but you'd be shocked how low the price was. They've had to do so much work to it. They've been at it 2 years now. And there's a few more years left, I think. But once it's finished, it's going to be absolutely incredible. It costs about £1 million back home in the UK, this. Oh yeah, and the weather's beautiful, and there's country walks. We're right in the middle of the countryside here. This lane, it doesn't lead anywhere. It's a dead end, so there's no traffic. It's not a thoroughfare. And there's only about 6 houses in the village, and it's so peaceful. What a wonderful life they've got. It's beautiful here, really nice. In 2015, after suffering health problems, Mark decided to take a gap year from work. He wanted to realise his dream of going solo around the world on his motorcycle. And this he did. It took him the whole year. And after he got back, he wrote his journals and decided to write a book. And this book actually got published. It's called One Long Summer, and it covers the whole of Mark's trip, and it's an absolutely fantastic read. So right behind me here is the bike that Mark went round the world on in 2015. It's a Kawasaki Versys 650, and although he's changed the tyres and the discs since he got back, everything else is original. It's still got the original chain and sprockets on that he changed in Australia, and he's not even washed it since he got back. He wants it to retain the or give out the same kind of vibe as it did when he returned from his trip. It's still all the marks on it, and the muck even retains memories for him. But you can see the number plate around the world, and he says he'll never sell it. Even if it didn't run, he'd keep it. It's part of him, and I can understand why. And Mark's book is available on Kindle, so you can still buy it now. And I've just started reading it, and it's a great read. It really is. So there you go, a piece of history. I had a little accident last night. I was just sat in my van and I heard something come crashing down and hit the side of the van. And this door, gate, window cover, whatever it is, was fastened up there, and it just fell off completely of its own accord and hit the wing mirror, and it just broke this part here. But that could so easily have just hit the side of the van. It could have broke the side window, it could have smashed the whole side of the van in. So I'm thanking my lucky stars that it's just that, and they're only about £8 off eBay, so it's not a problem. So after leaving the wonderful hospitality of Joe and Mark, it was time to head north, and we steadily made our way towards Calais. We'd got a ferry booked in a few days' time, but Ellie needed her worming tablet, and we found a vet's in Roux, and we headed there to get this done. We're on our way to Calais. We'll be there day after tomorrow, and we've called in at the vet's to get Ellie's wormer for travelling back, which is something that she needs. And we've called in at this vet's here. They're called Street Vets in the town of Roux, R-U-E, and they're only €40, which is great. They filled out Ellie's passport, this page here, and you can see the price on there. So that's good value for money, that. So hopefully we'll be able to use Ellie's passport on the way back home. And from the vets we came to this place. It's a town called Cuc, C-U-C-Q, and they have an air there. Unfortunately the freshwater section's not working of it. You can still use the grey and black waste though. And we were lucky to get a spot. There's only 20 spaces and it was all full, but just as we were pulling up at the end to turn round and find somewhere else, a van pulled out, so we managed to get in. And we're going to have 2 nights. We were at the vets yesterday, we're sailing tomorrow, and so like we started this trip, we're going to end it on the beach with my stupid straw hat on and probably the same t-shirt. But what an adventure it's been. Nearly 3 months, and the things that I've seen, the places, people I've met, I could never have imagined. And before I set off, the wildlife I was going to see. It's been an absolute blast. I've loved every minute of it, and you just need to get out there and do it, and just don't have any worries or preconceptions. Just get in your van and drive and enjoy it. And it's going to be difficult getting back to the UK. Things aren't as easy there. They don't have free things like they do around the rest of Europe. The UK is all about making money, and so you can't get free at anything there. So we're going to see how we go on in this new life of mine, but I'm sure that'll be just as much as an adventure. So if you've watched all these videos, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and hope you keep watching, and the journey continues. Bye bye.
You never ask me if I'm happy or sad. Ain't that the magic to keep it like that? I'm feeling proud of all the things I left unsaid. Still I run hills for you. You feel me? Nothing means something with you. Really? Just like 11, and my nose bleeds. If you ask me something, can I ask you something? Are you wasting my time? You're 20-something, and I'm out of my mind. I'm feeling seasick every time that you leave. I hope you noticed that these drugs ain't for free. Still I run hills for you. You feel me? Nothing means something with you. Really? Just like we're addicts, I kinda like it like that. You never ask me if I'm happy or sad. Ain't that the magic to keep it like that? I'm feeling proud of all the things I left unsaid. Still I run hills for you. You feel me? Nothing means something with you. Really? Just like 11, and my nose bleeds. If you ask me something, then what would it be?